All right, it is 1 o'clock on Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. This is a demonstration of Toolkit CMA. So if you are looking at this in the future, please be aware that some of the information may be dated as software does get updated. We will do our best to replace and put a new video up as soon as we have updated information. All right, so without further, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And let's get into Toolkit CMA. And I'll also point out, if you do have a question, please raise your virtual hand and Haley will call on you and stop me so that we can get the information you guys are looking for. All right, starting up here in the upper right, we have our go-to documents agent photo. All right, so you can come in here. I'm going to skip over that though, because I'm going to show you another place to get your photo. Support, if you have any questions on support, got a live online chat. You've got some samples and a demo, startup guide, tutorials put together by Toolkit CMA. You can get a personal walkthrough from them, frequently asked questions, and then their 800 number. Any news up here would be popping up from Toolkit CMA. So this is from 2022, excuse me. All right. And then over here, you'll have a picture of yourself. This will be the display picture that's going on the documents that you use. So be sure to make sure this is not your high school yearbook picture, but rather a current picture of you. This picture is so new for me, it was taken yesterday. So I make sure I did what I needed to do to get that updated. All right, agent profile. You click on the button. Up will come your information. Your name is grayed out. You cannot change your name. If you do need to change your name, you do need to let one of us as admins know. So if you're on the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty side, just shoot an email to training and we'll get that fixed for you. If you are on the Rose and Womble side, you can shoot an email over to your IT people and they will get that updated for you as well. You can change the rest of this information. Let's see here, what your title is, any designations you have. You got your realtor trademark. If you're on a team, you got realtors. So you have that there if you need it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty, and this is auto-filled at this point. It will be switched over for anyone moving forward, but you can always double check to change it from Rose and Womble to Home Services RW Town Realty, or from town, just adding the R and the W. Office address in here. If you've moved addresses or switched offices, you can change the address right here, and your phone number is right there. Additional contact information. In this case, my email with my contact information. I could come in here and I could type in fax or website or something like that if I wanted to put in another piece of information. And then always click on Save Your Changes. All right, that gives you your profile photo. You click on the agent photo, there's your photo, browse, and then upload. Make sure you hit the finish button. Quick, easy, simple. Coming over here, any type of reviews that you might have, you can fill these in and you can use your Zillow review, Real Satisfied, Reach, Rated Agent, Google, or testimonial free. Just put in your login information so that it will connect for you. Got your Yelp and Delta reviews. Click on finished and that will update for you. All right, agent resume. This is where you can come in here and build your resume of who you are and what you do. So you got lots of subheaders. If you want to have a QR code for yourself, you can do it. You can do it in Spanish. And then you can also click, yes.
You have a question?
Okay.
Jessica, go ahead.
Can you pull the reviews in from HomeSnap?
The only reviews are the ones that were listed here. I don't think I mentioned HomeSnap. Let's see, Zillow, Real Reach, Rated, Google, Testimonial, Yelp, Delta. These are the only ones that are connected right now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So you have your resume over here, and if you want to have it on the left, the right, or no photo on the resume, I'm a no photo kind of person. I only put my picture out because they make me do it. Otherwise, you would not have any pictures of me on any marketing collateral. Click on Save or click on Preview. As it pops up, there is my resume in a very generic format. You'll see it as it goes into the documents in a little bit here. We go through it. Click on save if you've made any edits. And we can come back over here to your agent references. So if you have any type of reference points that you want to put in here, residential sellers or buyers, you type in the Smiths, name, information, anybody that you've talked to, make sure you're putting people in here that have given permission for you to list them as a reference. Social media, you can come in here and you can connect up your social media links, Facebook, and here's your URL, Instagram, and here's your URL, Twitter, here's your URL. And if you wanted to, you could just change this to Pinterest if you wanted to. Then you can put in your Pinterest URL down here. Click on preview and you're good to go. Again, if you make changes, make sure you hit the done button. Change in your sign-in email if you need to. Change your password if you need to. You can delete any saves you have. So if you had any saves in here, you could delete those. Not doing a lot of work in there, so not a lot of information for me. Settings pretty basic. Use only sold, use all selected. So it's down the list of what you want to use as your default. So just check those settings on the program so it will automatically not have to change some of these displays as we go forward here. All right, contacts. You can bring in a group of contacts right here. Add a contact group if you want to. Click add, edit, or delete. So you've got your contacts if you want to. I don't necessarily think you should bring a whole group of people in. This is more one-off for clients. So take that for what it's worth. All right, you come on down here to your personal pages. All right, so in this, you have the new listing presentation. There are 72 pages to it. Listing presentation with 64, quick market analysis with 2, so on and so forth down the list. So you can create a new personal page and you can label that document and you can pull that PDF in. So if you have any documents that you have created on your own that you want to insert into this presentation, you can grab them and put them right in here at your convenience when you're getting this set up. I will give you a heads up. This is going to take a little bit of time to set up. So if you're new to Toolkit, do not think that you're going to be able to get a nice presentation in 3 or 4 minutes. If you have set up your presentations, you can get a nice presentation in about 3 or 4 minutes. You are going to have to spend some time building this out, customizing it, looking at it. So if you're trying to do it real quick and say, oh, I got a listing or presentation at 3 o'clock today, probably not a good idea to try and use this. You should just go with your standard. But if you do want to go forward, this is a great tool for putting your listing presentation all together. All right, so again, you got lots of different templates that you can use and create. There's a luxury collection presentation template page here if you're in the luxury collection, listing or buyer tours, buyer presentation templates, lots of different formatting here. All right, so we go down here, you can change your document order. And here are your documents and your list of documents. All right, so we got everything here from cover letters, cover pages, listing presentation with subject property, listing presentation cover page with subject property and agent photo, listing presentation cover page and agent photo. So what I'll point out when I say there's 72 documents, you're not going to use all 72 because in this case here, these 4 are basically the same document. It's just going to be how do you want it to lay out. You have your cover letter, so that could cover these, but you could also have these as well. So again, there's a couple of these documents here that are going to be over and above. If you have FSBOs or expireds, those would be part of it, but if not, you're not going to have those as part of that 72. So again, you do want to come through and get this all set up. Again, coming down here, single comparable with aerial view and map. single compare with map and multiple photos. So you have, again, 4 different options. You're not going to put all 4 of those options typically on or into that presentation. Same thing here with all of these. So I'm going to show you where you can get all these so you can test them out for yourself going forward for my recommendation. All right. Now you also have the tablet CMA slides. Here you go with your tablet presentation, and here are your slides, and you can change the order of how they work or look. You can also add a new slide if you want to. All right, that is a quick run through of all of the customizable things you can do on this Toolkit CMA. Questions before I move on to actually kind of starting to do a demo on one? Okay, let's go back to Toolkit CMA, simply clicking on that link. Right here, no saves, no shares. And in this case, we're trying to work on a presentation. They do have property flyers in here. You can use them if you want. I just know there's a lot of different places and different tools that you can get flyers, a lot of quick flyers. So up to you if you want to use this product. I would recommend using one of the town products as opposed to the Toolkit product. They're there though if you want to use them. All right, create a presentation. All right, so up here we've got new listing presentation, quick market analysis, listing presentation, Spanish version, pre-listing, CMA, lifestyle planning, buyer presentation, Spanish version, buyer with a CMA, buyer's tour, letterhead, collection, luxury, presentation templates. So you have lots of choices here. I'm going to start with the listing presentation, and I'm going to click on new presentation. Look, I just looked at my clock or my computer. It says it's 70 degrees outside. I think it's a beautiful day finally for March. All right, here we go with those 72 choices over here on the left. So I can see here's my setting expectations page. If I get here on my listing presentation, you see as I'm kind of scrolling, the documents will change as I scroll on the left. I don't have to change them or click on them to get them to display. Simply hovering over will change the way it looks. So here you go, the listing presentation cover sheet on this one, real estate services proposal, prepared especially for the sellers of the property, for their property, prepared by, has all your contact information, and it gives a date built right in. You don't like that one, you want to do it with the subject property, put that, uncheck that, and there's your subject property with all that information. You can say, I don't like that one, I would like to use this one. Now it puts your picture on there and the subject property and your information. Or if you're not worried about the house, because maybe it's a lot, maybe it's not a photogenic property, maybe it's a condo and you don't have a good picture of the building, you can simply put your picture on the front with your contact information. Again, you have 4 choices, so that takes that 72 down a notch. All right, so I'll just go back to this version here. And then you have your cover letter. All right, dear Tom and Mary, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to present the enclosed. This is generic. You can come here to the customizable text page and you can actually add your own text. All right, so you just come in and you can customize your own text.
Tim,
Yes.
you got a question?
Okay.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Somebody's got their, it's like you hear doorbells and everything in the background.
Yep, that's me.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
I can't mute myself. All right, so we got customizable text. We got the journey begins. It's just like a little screenshot or picture here to start. Then you've got your let's get started. Again, all of these here are the pages that you can put in there. Always love setting expectations. Going through this, you can say, what's the process? You can read over those. Used to be that you didn't get a preview, so you'd have to print this whole thing and then decide and then go check it off. So several years ago, they got a little greener and you can preview these pages. So again, I'm not going to go through all of these pages, but you can come in here to check these pages and then kind of get your template set up like I suggested over here, getting those personal pages and those documents in order, setting up as a template. All right, I'm just going to say we've got enough pages here. I could reorder the pages if I wanted to, or add pages. I'm just going to call this good, and I'm going to click on next. All right, here's the prospect information. March 23, 2023. Susie and Sam, home seller. Mailing street address 1234 Blueberry Street. Anywhere, US A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. There, Susie and Sam. All right, there's my property address. There's my zip code. I could go to saved prospects, or I could go to next. In this case, I haven't saved them yet, so I'm going to click on next. And here's my cover letter. Susie and Sam, home seller, Anywhere, USA. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And I want to come in here. You'll receive competent professional service. Thank you. Whoops. Thank you for the opportunity. Right now, important from this perspective. This right here says save as default and next. Okay. What this is saying is if you've changed the letter of this body, the body of the letter, and you want to save it for your next presentation, click save it as default and next, so you don't have to add thank you for the opportunity. If you've changed these paragraphs, you're like, I like this paragraph better. I like how it's formatted better. This sounds more like me. Make sure you click save as default and next. If you just hit next, next time you come in, it will be the default. If you decide you want to change it, you can click on this and reset to default, or you can clear everything and then you got a blank opportunity. But at this point, again, if you wanted to make sure that this stayed for your future, make sure you click on save as default and next.
Tim,
Yes.
Chandler office, if you'd like to go ahead.
Tim, when you were showing us all the options of the different pages and templates that we can add to the CMA, other than the one that's blank and you can add your own custom text, are any of the other ones customizable?
You can create some customization, yes, when you come over here to those personal pages. So those personal pages will let you customize those pages that are there, and then you get those set up from the get-go. So that's why when you start on this, you always want to come over here if you haven't been in here and work your way from the top to the bottom before you do a presentation, because that way you do it one time and then going forward you don't have to reset or redo your work. So yes, you can do that, but they have to be, you should do them from here first before we get into the step that we're in now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now I can select which MLSs I want properties to appear from. All right, I'm Rain, so I'm just going to click Get Listings. I don't think it's going to do anything for me. So I can connect to the MLS and see if it'll work for me. I don't know that this will work for me. You all, because I don't have listings. Let's see. Goodness. All right, and here is my Rain. So I'm going to skip back out of this and we'll come back over to here. So at this point, you can connect to the MLS, and here's the MLS download guide that you're going to need. So make sure you click on this, and here you go, Toolkit CMA MLS Access Guide with Matrix. So you can click on the connect to the MLS button and log into the MLS, and then you're going to go through this process to make sure you get all your fields and all your features. I will strongly encourage you to print this document when you get to it. Again, part of the setup process, you do need to get this all connected, and this is the step-by-step process. So go back over here, and then you will have these files to save and the photos to upload and bring into the presentation. All right, so again, this is not going to be quick because you do have to connect it to the MLS. So you had a bunch of MLSs to choose from. They will each have their own MLS download guide. So my recommendation is if you can stick with one MLS, stick with that one MLS to download properties from. If not, it's okay. You're just going to have to go through the process of setting and connecting multiple MLSs to this process. So it's no problem. It's just a little bit of work that you have to go through. It's not hard. Just follow those processes. And my recommendation, once you get this, print this so it's sitting right next to your computer.
Tim, this is Julie from Central Virginia Beach.
Hey, Julie.
Hey, quick question.
Sure.
Between, excuse me, the CMA toolkit and the software that's built into Rain, which is, they have some similar attributes to both of them. Do you recommend the Toolkit CMA or the one that you can just impose as directly on Rain?
So the reason that I'm teaching and going through the Toolkit CMA as a recommendation is this is all branded. All of those logos and all the pages that print are branded and logoized to Berkshire Hathaway. So it puts that template right on there for you. So you don't have to go through that process in Rain, which you can, but again, this has got it all branded, and it does have that luxury stationery in there as well for you to use.
Okay, because we have CMA Toolkit on our hub, and I know we're transitioning for that. So that's what I was hoping that you could tell me why it would be better to use this. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I definitely think, and this is just a general statement outside of Toolkit CMA for everybody that's listening. I'm on the Rain user group, which is fine. The reason I'm on the Rain user group is to hopefully get Rain to adopt some of the tools that we use, and also to give my opinion on which tools that we should use and not use from that standpoint for all the users, all 9,000 users of the MLS. As a Berkshire agent, as a Berkshire manager, as a Berkshire representative, I would encourage all the Berkshire agents to use our tools when given a tool between Rain and Berkshire, because the Berkshire are branded and set to go back to you. If you're on a Rain tool and it's electronically received, there are backlinks that will actually lead them back to Rain, and they could lose you as a contact or as a sphere or as a potential agent. And they could end up on ABC or XYZ's website without you realizing or intentfully doing it. So I always like to try and teach and recommend that you use the Berkshire Hathaway tools whenever you can use the Berkshire tools.
Great.
So
thank you.
You're welcome. That's just a little extra outside of the Toolkit CMA component. All right, and then also if you need to do manual entry, you can click the manual entry, and then you can put in the MLS number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and address 1, 2, 3, 4 Blueberry, and we'll go 3, 2, 3, whatever. And I could add a photo, add another, click on finished. Just doing this for, whoops, list price. Is it gonna make me do everything? Let's see, 100,000. See if it'll let me do it. Oh, okay. I don't see the where's the zip? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how about now? No. All right, and then here is my report. I didn't put a picture in, which is fine. Okay, if I want to get MLS property data, manual entry, delete marked, delete unmarked. All right, there's my property selected. Click on next. Again, I'm doing this for speed, not necessarily for accuracy on properties, because I just am trying to do a demonstration for you you're definitely going to have to do some work in this, especially the first time. So don't think this is going to give you like 3-5 minutes. In the future, you can do this in probably, I would say, less than 7 minutes once you get this whole thing set up. All right, so click on next, choose the downloaded property. There we go. Click on next, create the presentation. So once you have that set up and you have those properties really easy to click into, it's going to be mostly data entry of the subject property that's going to take the most amount of your time. So once you have this connected to Rain, the data entry of the subject property, you saw all those fields, that's going to be your biggest time frame. All right, save as Sally and Sam home seller. I always like to list it as a test for me. Save the photos for the selected property would be faster. Yep, hit save. All right, then I can do view PDF. And here's my PDF presentation, all branded with the Berkshire Hathaway. There's my picture, there's all my contact information, and here's my letter. Here's these things. Now, an idea that you can do if you want, because it's got a header on the bottom, if you wanted to and you wanted to put a header on the top, you could print this page individually so it had a header across the bottom. I'm sorry, across the top, but do know that it is across the bottom. And everything is branded across the bottom on this booklet version. So there's all the pages if you were going to use this CMA. And then I could download or I could hit print. Did you guys see that actually? Can you see what I just showed on the PDF? Because I don't think, no, okay.
No, I didn't see the PDF at all.
Yep, hold on one second. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to reshare because I just realized I was sharing actual window as opposed to, I was showing the window as opposed to my screen. So now here is, let me go back up. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, here is that PDF. This one has 12 pages that were selected. And as you can see, it's all branded to the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And when you get to this letter here, most people think there should be a header up here. This for template, this format has the header down here. Again, this is because this is the template I chose, and you can change that header option in those on the right-hand side to make it look more uniform or individual to you and how you like things to present or lay out. Take this one down, and I'm going to put back up the actual toolkit. Haley, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see the Toolkit CMA screen.
Perfect. All right, I can then click. So that was the PDF I just showed you. I can then come here to share, and I can, who am I going to send it to? Here's the proposal. Here's the body of the email. Again, remember down here, you have reset to default or save as default. So if you've done all the work in here and you want to save it, click on save as default, and you will now not have to recreate this email if you're sending it via email. Again, you don't have to send it email. It's just an option for you to do so. All right, you want to do a Zoom meeting and you got a Zoom hooked up. There you go. Link that in there. You want to send it by text message. You can do it. I don't know that I would, but you can. It's going to be a link to a PDF at the end of your message, but you can send it by text. Again, you can save it or you can go home. All right, that in 30 minutes is the overview of Toolkit CMA. Whew. It's a lot of information, y'all. I promise you, you spend about an hour getting this thing set up. It's going to fly by real quick when you go to use it. But I would allocate an hour of your time to come up here to the right hand where your name is, do the drop down, start here, and just keep working your way down. Don't skip a step, just work your way down. That way you know everything is done and the way you want it. And again, you have those personal pages that you can come in here and change the way it looks.